Hello, I'm Chrissy Seaton. What sort of things can a Noahide or a Gentile study in Torah? Well, I'll give you some explanations about that now. I recently came upon some alarming information, and not only was the information alarming, but the person giving the information wasn't entirely correct. So I had thought about that for a while, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, it says that Gentiles or Noahides, we may read the entire Torah, the whole 24 books, as in read it and just follow the simple instructions, the commentaries that are included in a copy of the Torah. And in a previous video I did recommend the version that I find very good, and on the website you'll find a link where you can purchase one of those. So reading the entire Torah in the English transliteration, and following the commentaries, that's fine. However, to delve into particular parts that are not pertaining to the 7 Noahide laws is not only is it unnecessary, but it's actually forbidden. And the reason for that is quite clear, and I'll explain why. The Torah is the spiritual package, I guess is probably not the right word, but it's the spiritual word of God given to the Jews, and 2 parts of it were given to the Gentiles, particularly in terms of the 7 Noahide laws and directions and instructions relating to that. Now, the commentaries by Rambam and Rashi, they are very good in the different chapters and verses, and they actually give a plain text general understanding, so it does help you and relieve confusion, and that doesn't actually constitute in-depth delving, so to speak. There are some explanations as to why this happens, and I just refer you back to the Divine Code, which again on the website you can locate where to purchase this, but this tells you everything you can and can't do. And I stress this so importantly at the moment in relation to the concern I have, because I understand that some people are coming out of different religions, they're leaving previous faiths and beliefs and wanting to get an insight and a closeness to the God of Torah, and that's wonderful. But in your eagerness to find out these things, sometimes unfortunately you can be accidentally drawn into either instructions or teachings of those who either aren't qualified to teach or they are giving the incorrect teaching. And I do not want that to happen to my dear brothers and sisters out there who may become Noahides or are looking towards becoming B'nai Noach. So please, please, I say this from the bottom of my heart, to be very cautious who you are learning from. If you get a book, the Divine Code book, that certainly will give you very sound, authentic directions about how and what to do. So please invest in a copy of that. Now, if a Noahide delves deeper into matters that are only pertaining to the Jewish nation, then that is considered, delving, and you shouldn't really be doing that because it's not going to be any benefit to you. Your main purpose is to know and understand all the things that apply to the 7 Noahide laws. It is okay to read about those other things for Jews out of pure interest's sake and because you just want to have an understanding. But it's not, there is plenty of things for you to study about the Noahide laws that you you don't want to be wasting your precious time, or it wouldn't be wasting time, but that time you have is better concentrated on studying the Noahide laws and what the requirements are. Also, another question that was put to me was, who are our ministers or preachers or whatever? Well, a Gentile or a Noahide cannot be ordained to be a teacher of the Torah or a head of the Noahide organisation. I know some religions have bishops and all sorts of things. Well, we don't have that. Our Noahide life is very simple. We don't have big church buildings. In fact, we don't have to gather anywhere if we don't want to. B'nai Noach is the oldest monotheistic faith in the world in its very purest form. And there is no necessity for there to be complications added to that. So I implore you to be very cautious of people teaching the Noahide commandments who are not rabbis, learned rabbis. There is a plethora of information on the internet which is misleading and not Torah correct. And there are unfortunately some people out there who are causing confusion amongst you, very innocent people who are trying to find the true path. And that upsets me deeply. I get prickles on the back of my neck when I see or witness that. So be very careful that you first and foremost get a copy of the Divine Code. If you're not near a rabbi or a group of Noahides that can help you, get yourself a copy of this book and take it from there. It will lead you in the correct direction and you won't make any mistakes or be misled into areas that aren't strictly Noahide business. So please don't be discouraged, but just be very careful who you're learning from. I have explained that before. And what are their qualifications, and does their teaching marry up with what is written in the Divine Code? For instance, all that I've spoken to you about today is actually written in there. It tells you pretty much exactly what I've said. Everywhere in this book, the Divine Code, you will find an answer to all those questions that you may have. So don't stumble, don't be misled, just be careful who you learn from. And it's been wonderful talking to you. Please subscribe to my channel, ask any questions, and enjoy your journey in the Noahide commandments. God bless. Bye.